Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, starring Robert Englund and directed by Stephen Hopkins. Now let's just get straight into this movie, shall we? Because I don't remember too much about it if I have ever seen it in my life, so let's just get into it. The movie opens with Alice and her boyfriend having sexual intercourse as they create a baby, and the music in this scene is fine. It's no piano theme from the first film. And as she takes a shower, and Freddy Krueger, returned by Robert Englund, terrorizes her in the shower, and she goes down to the hall and finds Amanda Krueger, aka Freddy's mother, who's trapped in a prison full of demons who kill her. And Alice wakes up and dreams of Freddy and wakes up for real. And I didn't mind that opening, but I don't like Alice or any of the characters here, with maybe an exception of Freddy Krueger. Alice graduates high school with her friends, and who are these characters? Because to me, they're a bunch of nobodies who never worked again after this movie, including her boyfriend Dan, who wants to take Alice to Paris, while he might sign up for quarterback for football. And he's pretty damn bland. Honestly, if there's any character so bland, it's Dan. Alice dreams of the little girl in Freddy's world telling her he's back, and it's facing the same problem as Friday the 13th and Halloween, whereas the killer never dies. And we get more movies, which annoys the hell out of me. And how many more fucking ways can these killers wake up from death? Alice dreams and can't control it, and it while she's 4 hours late for her shift at the diner, and that dream is just plain old bad. I can't stand how plain this movie is so far, as she's told by Amanda to find her. Let's hope it makes sense by the end of the movie, because I couldn't really tell you. Dan falls asleep on the road while driving, which is a bad idea, and doesn't wear a seatbelt, and is stopped by the school and steals a motorcycle, and he's breaking the law in so many ways, which annoyed the holy shit out of me, and prevents him to go to Alice. She calls him about Freddy, and as Freddy kills him by smashing him with a truck. And I was glad he died, because he was very bland in this movie. As her friends tell her he's dead, they say she's pregnant, and that's why this movie is called The Dream Child. She finds a little boy named Jacob and they talk for a minute, and Alice wants to know a little bit about him. And I just don't care at this point anymore. She tells everybody about Freddy, and she's sad about the deaths going around. And by she, I mean Alice, going around. Meanwhile, one of her friends, Greta, dreams of Freddy while at a party we find Alice's refrigerator pretending to be moldy, and all that is not entertaining me. It's making me more sick than when I started this movie. Two of her friends, Yvonne and Mark, have to hear what about Greta's death, but Mark hears more about Freddy from Alice, and while Yvonne has a shift at work, which was weird because why visit Mark at work? Because your shift and Mark dreams of Freddy with Alice as she sees Jacob in her dreams. That'll never be explained to me. We find out Jacob is Alice's baby, as she wants to see if he can have nightmares that eventually will die while Alice's stomach, which doesn't make me comfortable for a subject of the movie. And Yvonne goes crazy when Alice and Mark talk with her about Freddy, and this is the most uncomfortable movie I've seen since Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. When it comes to babies getting killed or going to get killed to Dan's parents, comes to her house and threatened to take the baby away and from her, and that is a rough subject for a horror movie. I mean, Jesus. And confessionally, I've never seen Rosemary's Baby. Maybe I'll get there eventually. But this is a rough subject to throw people's face in a horror movie. And that's when I start really having problems at this point. Yvonne is asleep at the pool, and Freddy attacks as she's about to jump in the pool, while finds Freddy and saves Yvonne to go towards Amanda, and Mark finds a comic book called Nightmares from Hell, and Freddy puts him in a dream, and he rides a skateboard to knock some things down Mark on Mark to kill him, but is still alive and finds Greta, and Freddy pushes her to break and pretend to be a comic book character he created, and Freddy steals or shreds him like a piece of paper, which felt tedious. And Yvonne wakes up at the pool, and Yvonne goes to the asylum to find Amanda, while Alice is stuck with her father as she dreams she's in the asylum, and to find Freddy and calls him out. And remember, this isn't entertaining me at this point. Alice pushes Freddy to his mother's rapers, but he suddenly disappears, and she finds Freddy with Jacob and tells him to run away, and they end up like a set of from later in the Lord of the Rings movies, as Freddy Krueger comes out of Alice and squeezes her and cuts her at the same time, which felt problematic. Yvonne finds a dead Amanda, and frees her to Freddy's dream world, as she tells Jacob to use his power on Freddy, and it pulls him in while having three heads on him. And Alice saves her baby while Amanda gets rid of her curse and puts them in the boiler room. And Jacob is finally born in a climax. It wasn't as entertaining as it was problematic. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 3.8 out of 10. The movie didn't entertain me as it was very problematic, and I don't like the characters, including Freddy, which is a shocker for the movie. But Dan felt the most bland, and I would be ashamed if my name was on this project. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and next time I'll be back with Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare. And until next time, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.